Hello children, welcome to our special English hour. I hope you all are doing well. Here we will learn lots of new things while having fun. Are you all ready? Let's get started. Children, as you all know, we always start our day with something fun and interesting. So today I have a tongue twister for you. The tongue twister is upper roller, lower roller. I'll repeat. Upper roller, lower roller. Sounds easy? Let's try saying it. Upper roller, lower roller. Upper roller, lower roller. Upper roller, lower roller. Okay. Let's try increasing our speed now. Upper roller, lower roller. Upper roller, oh, oops. It's a bit difficult. It looks easy, but it is difficult. Now, I request you to say this faster at least 3 times. Children, can you all tell me how did people in ancient times used to tell the time? Today, we have watches and clocks. But how did people in ancient times tell time? There were no clocks. So how did they do it? They used sun to tell the time. If the shadow was on your head, then it meant that it was 12 p.m. And if your shadow was straight, then it also meant 12 p.m. This method is known as sundial. पुराने ज़माने में जब घड़ी नहीं हुआ करती थी, तब लोग समय कैसे बताते थे? उस ज़माने में लोग सूरज का इस्तेमाल करके समय बताते थे. अगर सूरज की परछाई हमारे सिर पे डायरेक्टली गिर रही है, तो उसका ये अर्थ होता है कि दोपहर के 12 बज गए हैं. अगर हमारी परछाई हमारे ठीक सामने गिर रही है, उसका अर्थ भी होता था कि दोपहर के 12 बज रहे हैं. इस डिवाइस को sundial कहते थे. There was another way of telling time. It was called hourglass. Have you ever seen an hourglass? It is a device. In this device, there is sand filled in. If you turn the device, the amount of time it takes for the sand to get collected in the other half of the device, that takes 1 minute. So this is how people in ancient times used to tell time. Today, we have many devices that give us this information. We have wall clocks, we have tower clocks, we have watches, we have mobile phones. In fact, in the past few years, I have noticed that people have reduced usage of wristwatches, because now we have time around us everywhere. We have our mobile phones, we have computers, but still many people wear wristwatches. So these are the things that we use today to tell time. Children, it is very important to learn new words to study a language. So now let's learn some new words that we will see in the poem when we read it. So I request you to please make a note of these words in your notebooks. Shower, shower, shower. He was taking a shower. Swift, swift, swift. He was swift in his movement. Almanac, almanac, almanac. She referred to almanac to get information. Sage, sage, sage. Durvasa was a famous sage. Rhyme, rhyme, rhyme. The word hour rhymes with the word shower. So children, today we learned 5 new words. Let's revise them. Shower, swift, almanac, sage and rhyme. I hope you have made a note of these words in your notebooks. Now I will read this poem and also explain it. So please open page number 54 of your textbook. I will read the poem and I request you to point at the words as I read them. And if you don't have a textbook, listen to me carefully. How many seconds in a minute? 60 and no more in it. In the first stanza, she asks us how many seconds are there in a minute. Can you all tell me? Yes, there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. कवि हमसे सबसे पहले सेकंड के बारे में पूछती है. कवि ये पूछती है कि 1 मिनट में कितने सेकंड्स होते हैं और उसका जवाब है 60 सेकंड. So now the poet asks another question. How many minutes in an hour? 60 for sun and shower. She asks how many minutes would we require to make 1 hour? 1 hour has 60 minutes. इसके बाद कवि हमें 1 घंटे के बारे में पूछती है. 1 घंटे में 60 मिनट होते हैं. How many hours in a day? 24 for work and play. Children, in this stanza, the poet is asking us about 1 day. The poet asks us as to how many hours are there in 1 day. Can you all tell me? Yes, in 1 day there are 24 hours. एक दिन में 24 घंटे होते हैं या 24 घंटों को मिला के एक दिन बनता है. Now, children, can you all tell me what are the things that we do in 24 hours? First, we wake up in the morning. After that, we brush our teeth and take a bath. Later, we have breakfast. After that, we go to school. After school, we come back home and study. And after that, in the evening, we go out to play. After that, we have our dinner and go to sleep again. Right? Just like your schedule, other people also have their schedule and they do certain things in 24 hours. How many weeks in a month? 4 as the swift moon runs. Now here in the next stanza, the poet is asking us about how many weeks are there in 1 month. Do you all know the answer to this? Yes, there are 4 weeks in 1 month. And how do we know this? We come to know this through the cycle of the moon. The moon and the way it moves tells us that there are 4 weeks in 1 month. How many months in a year? 12. The almanac makes clear. Now, in this stanza, the poet is asking us another question. She asks us as to how many months are there in 1 year. Do you all know? Yes, we have 12 months in 1 year. Do you know the names of all the months? I'm sure you do. And how do we come to know that there are 12 months in 1 year? We come to know about this through almanac. Now, what is almanac? Almanac is a book that has information about everything that is going to be in the year. It has a list of festivals, it has phases of moon, it has information like time of sunrise, time of moonrise, and so on. It's similar to the calendars that we have at our homes. If you take a look at calendars in your homes, you will find such information. So, almanac is a book similar to calendars. Now, the poet asks us another question. How many years in an age? 100, says the sage. She asks us how many years are there in one age? And the answer to that is 100 years. 100 years make an age. And this has been said by a sage. Can you all tell me who a sage is? A sage is a wise person. Now, the poet asks us another question. How many ages in time? No one knows the rhyme. She asks us how many ages are there in time. But this question doesn't have an answer. We saw in the poem that the poet asked many questions and we all had answers to those questions. But the final question that she asks does not have an answer because that answer has not been found yet. Children, I hope you had fun in today's session and I hope that you learned something new. Today, we learned a wonderful poem and we also learned a little history about how time was measured. Now, it's time for you to sit back and relax while I tell you a wonderful story. The name of the story is When Will Amma Be Back? And it's written by Pratibha Swaminathan. This story is about a girl named Roja. She is a small girl. Right now, Roja is very sad. And she is sad because her mother is going to work. Roja is very sad because she doesn't want to leave her mother. But her mother tells her that she will be back. And she will be back at 9 p.m. रोजा एक छोटी लड़की है। इस वक्त रोजा बहुत दुखी है क्योंकि उसकी मम्मी ऑफिस जा रही है और इस बात से रोजा बहुत नाराज है। रोजा ये चाहती है कि उसकी मम्मी ऑफिस ना जाए, लेकिन रोजा को उसकी मम्मी बताती है कि वो 9 बजे लौट आएगी। टिक टॉक, टिक टॉक। रोजा looks at the clock and she sees that now it's 6 a.m. in the morning. रोजा घड़ी को देखती है और उसे घड़ी में ये दिखता है कि सुबह के 6 बजे होते हैं। Now it's 8 o'clock in the morning and now Roja is having her breakfast. But she is still not very happy because she is having her breakfast with her appa or her father. Roja doesn't want to have breakfast with her father. She wants to have breakfast with her mother. Roja's father tries to give her milk, but Roja doesn't accept it and she tells him that she wants to drink milk only if her amma is present. Tick tock, tick tock. Now it's 10 o'clock and now Roja and her Tata are going to the market. Tata is Roja's grandfather. And what are they doing in the market? They are buying vegetables. Roja tells Tata to buy some potatoes because Roja loves potatoes. But Tata tells her that they had potatoes just yesterday and they should eat some brinjals. Roja doesn't like brinjals, but Tata tells her that brinjal is very good for our health. Tick tock, tick tock. Now it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And can you guess what is the time? Now it's time for lunch. So Roja calls her grandmother for lunch. And can you tell me what is Roja's grandfather Tata doing? Tata is frying some papads. Tick tock, tick talk. Now it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And can you guess what's happening? Now Roja's elder sister is back from her school. And Roja tells her that next year she is also going to join her elder sister. Tick tock, tick tock. Now it's 5 o'clock in the evening. Can you guess what Roja is doing now? She is playing in the garden, and Appa tells her that it's time to go back home. But Roja is having the time of her life, and she doesn't want to go home so soon, which is why she tells Appa to wait for 5 more minutes. Now it's 7 o'clock in the evening. Roja calls out her dog Selvi, and she feeds him his food. Selvi is not very keen on eating, but Roja tells him that only if he eats will he become stronger. Tick tock, tick tock. Now it's 9 o'clock in the night, and Roja's Amma is back from her office. Roja is very excited. Her mother asks her as to what did she do the entire day. Roja is very excited to tell her mother about her day. She tells her that she had breakfast with her Appa. Then she went to the market with Tata, and Tata also made papad. Then she tells her as to how she picked up her sister from the bus stop. Then she went to the park, and after coming from the park, she fed food to Selvi, her dog. Then her father narrated a story to Roja. रोजा अपनी मम्मी को उसने पूरे दिन क्या-क्या चीजें की उस बारे में बताती है. Tick tock, tick tock. Now it's 9 o'clock in the night, and Roja is finally happy because her Amma is back. Children, I hope you enjoyed this story. Now, for homework, I request you to write down the things that you do when you wake up in the morning till you go to bed. Children, I hope you had fun in today's session, and I will see you in our next session. Until then, take care and stay safe. Bye.